Do you guys know what a parallelogram is?
Slanted rectangle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a rectangle that you like pushed over, right? These guys up here are parallelograms. And what makes it a parallelogram is that the opposite sides are parallel. So like, oops, short people problems. Okay, like this side here is parallel to that side there. And same with these guys. This side's parallel to that side. So that's what makes it a parallelogram. So the definition isn't really anything fancy other than it's a quadrilateral, which is just a four-sided figure with both pairs of opposite sides parallel. So with both pairs opposite sides parallel. And instead of having to write up the long word parallelograms every time we like see it in an assignment or write it in an assignment, you can actually just draw a little mini parallelogram. It has its own symbol. It's just a small parallelogram. That's all. So today we're going to learn the properties of a parallelogram, and then we're just going to use those properties to find missing angles and sides, okay? So we're going to fill in these blanks here, and we're going to see if we notice any patterns on this picture here to help us fill in those blanks. I know it's kind of faint. If you have a hard time seeing that, I apologize. But number one, that one's pretty easy. What do we know about opposite sides of a parallelogram? They are what makes it, yeah, okay, they're parallel, right? So that first blank on number one, you can put parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. They'll never touch. Okay, now if we look up here, what else do we notice about our opposite sides? Anything else special about them?
Same.
They're the same, yeah. Do you remember what word we use for the same? For the same measure? Starts with a C?
Congruent.
Yeah. Congruent. Opposite sides are also congruent.
Getting updated.
I need to uninstall it, so I just forget to do it at night. Never get rid of it? I see a kid during first hour told me to get rid of it.
Darn. So.
Should I keep it?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. That's why I haven't done anything with it. Number three, both pairs of opposite angles are blank. So if we look at our opposite angles, that would be like D and A, or C and B. What do we notice about those guys? So if we look at their measures, like angle D, 75. What's the measure of angle A? 75. Okay, that's one pair. What about C? It's really light. That's 105. And that's 105. So opposite pairs of angles are the same. Yeah, they're congruent. Perfect.
Using the one in the bottom left, kind of looks like 165.
Oh, I could see that. They're congruent. 4 consecutive angles are blank. Consecutive just means they're next to each other. So what do we notice about angle D and B? Yeah, they add a 180, right? Do you guys remember what that's called? Starts with an S. Supplementary, perfect. Yep. They add to 180. diagonals blank each other? This one's kind of hard. So our diagonals are these dashed green lines in here. Can you notice anything? Like what do they do to each other? They crisscross. That is true. At a specific point, actually. Because if you notice, like CE is 9 and EB is 9. AE is 11 and ED is 11. So they cross at the midpoint, like the middle. You guys know what that's called when you split it in half? What word we used for that? We cut something in half. Starts with a B. Rhymes with trisect.
Bicep.
Yeah, they bisect. They cut each other in half.
So we with the camel.
I know.
Bicep.
That one's hard to tell. And then number 6, we'll do a little more of this next week. So it's not really something that helps us right now. But just know one pair of opposite sides are parallel and congruent. We'll talk more about that next week, but parallel and congruent is the other blank. Okay. You guys get all those written in? You guys are okay? Okay. Now let's just use these properties to find missing sides and angle measures. Here we go. Okay. Find the missing length in the parallelogram. What do we know about opposite sides? They're the same. So if this guy's 9, so is the bottom. If our left is 4 inches, then our right side would also be 4. Pretty easy, right? Not so bad. Find the missing angle measures. Okay, if B is, I think it's 75. Are you guys okay with making it 75 or is it 76 on yours?
76.
76, okay. If B is 76, what other angle is 76?
D.
D, perfect. And then like what's an easy way to find like angle C?
Subtract from 180.
Yep, because angles next to each other add to 180. If we take 180 and subtract 76, what do we get?
It's 104.
104. Yep. And if C is 104, so is
A.
Yep. Opposite angles are congruent. Okay, this one talks about our diagonals. And what was the only property we had with diagonals? That they what each other? They cross and they
Bicep.
bisect. Yep.
Let's say biceps again.
Yeah. So if we wanted to find F, we would know that this half here is the same as 4F, right? Okay. Subtract over our 3F. Are we okay with F equaling 5? Yes. Okay. What's an equation we can write to find G? Beautiful. Yep. 3G equals 9. This guy's equal to this part. Divide out. G equals 3. Okay, then one more. X first or Y first? It doesn't matter.
Y.
Want to find Y? Okay. What's Y equal to, or 3Y equal to?
180.
Not 180.
Oh,
Yep, because our opposite angles are equal. We divide out. Anyone?
123 divided by 3. 41. I didn't add it up.
Yes. 41, the answer.
Okay.
41. Bingo. And then what do we know about these two angles here?
Equal 180.
They add to 180. Yep. They sure do. So we can write 2x minus 5 plus 123 with 180. We add our like terms, 2x plus 118. Two x alone. Let me know what you guys get for a final answer.
62. Oh, 5.
31.
31. We okay? Not so bad? Okay. Perfect. Let's do a Kahoot just because we have some time. I'm going to maybe, there we go.